What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Tezos and giving you guys an update on why this is one of my biggest holdings when it comes to altcoins. I'm super excited about this project for a whole bunch of different reasons. But first and foremost, you guys know that I trade cycles and analysis. So the technicals are far more important to me than the fundamental reasons, although they definitely exist. So I'm going to be getting into those technicals today. You're going to learn a lot from it. Make sure that you stay clear till the very end because of the detail I'm going to be going into about cycles and how to apply them so that you can make money in not just Tezos, but a lot of the altcoins across the board. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. This is Bitcoin versus the dollar on the 3-day candlesticks. And before I get into Tezos and my analysis on Tezos, I wanted to share with you guys the Bitcoin chart versus the dollar, because in the big picture, we're shifting from a bear market into a bull market cycle. And because of this very, very important shift and Bitcoin being the leader of the market, it's important that I update you guys on Bitcoin regularly, so you guys are aware that the mothership is indeed filling up with new capital that can then overflow into the different altcoins, for example, Tezos. So Bitcoin is definitely shifting from a bear market cycle into a bull market cycle. Previous to the cycle that we're seeing currently, we had a bull market cycle right here. And this is defined by having higher highs and higher lows. That's what a bull market is. It's uptrending. And then you had a bear market cycle right here where the market was actually trending down in movement. And then we shifted in this kind of area right here from a bear market into a bull market. So I'm going to label this as kind of a yellow area. And we shifted into another full-blown bull market after the money had been moved from the bears to the bulls. This is accumulation in between those two periods. This is also referred to as a left translation or a translation of a bull market. So this right here is the shift from the bull market back into the bear market again. And then we have another translation period where the market is being accumulated and it's being shifted from a bear market into a bull market. The money is being moved around from net short by the whales to net long by the whales. And that is really what gives us room, what gives us a pathway to head up towards the previous high and begin the new bull market. So that is Bitcoin in the big picture. You guys already know I've been talking about how Bitcoin will very easily be worth over $100,000 per coin all the way since 2017 on this channel. And so to see that actually setting up continuously in the big picture, yes, there's obviously been a bear market in between that period of time and a reaccumulation, but the plan hasn't changed. 100K per Bitcoin is still setting up just as perfectly in the big picture as it ever has. And I'm very confident in this big picture setup with Bitcoin. So what does this mean for the altcoins? What does this mean for Tezos? Well, for all the Tezos investors, huge shout out to everybody that watched my most recent XRP update. If you guys haven't watched it, make sure that you guys go give it a watch. Overall though, I wanted to shout out everybody in the description that recommended to me that I run over Tezos because it inspired my video today. So Tezos is one of the bigger altcoins, one of the biggest altcoin holdings I personally have. And I really, really like the fact that Tezos is a market leader. Talked about that a few videos back in how to find market leaders. Because of the fact that Tezos has established an uptrend since early 2019, Tezos is showing a lot of strength in comparison to some of the other altcoins that are lagging behind. So this is a market leader just in the same way that Bitcoin gets its cup filled up all the way to the top. and then that cup can run over into the altcoins as that previous coin. As Bitcoin fills up, it allows room for the altcoins to fill up. And that's the same kind of strategy that I see inside of the market leaders like Tezos, Chainlink. These projects, they get filled up in market capitalization and it pours over into these other coins that haven't started their uptrends and haven't established their uptrends. They establish uptrends and then they start trending in a similar way that the market leaders did. So they're showing the pathway for the other altcoins. Tezos specifically is one of the market leaders in the altcoin markets for a while now, and it's been doing higher highs and higher lows since 2019. And it's really urgent that I updated you guys on Tezos today because of the major resistance level that we're getting very, very close to. I expect a breakout to happen inside of this market, just like you guys were talking about in the comments. I completely agree with you. A breakout is fully expected in the Tezos market. This V-bottom pattern and the fact that we're pushing up to resistance, consolidating, pushing up to resistance, consolidating. This resistance level is likely to be completely obliterated, and it's very likely that we see even this resistance level taken out as well. This is our B wave resistance. This is an ABC corrective pattern from the peak high to the peak low. Very awesome stuff here happening with Tezos. So this cycle specifically is one of the most important altcoin cycles that I see in the market. This is why I say Tezos tell you Bezos, why Donovan does as well, why we're tweeting about it, sharing fractals inside of our groups, sharing Twitter posts, making videos, because Tezos is definitely a project that is going to do extremely well and has already started doing very well in its cycle. So I really like Tezos. It's definitely a project that is going to push up through all of these resistance levels and blow away everybody that thinks that this is still in a bear market is going to be completely mind blown. So to get into a little bit of details about the cycle, Tezos, in the same way that Bitcoin had its bull and its bear cycles, Tezos had its bear cycle right here. And we can label this as being red to show the bear cycle. This is an ABC correction, ABC from the peak high to the peak low. So this is a very standard Elliott wave correction. And then you get kind of this mini accumulation. The uptrend actually starts pretty quickly. So the accumulation was very, very small here. It didn't take very long for the orders to go from being net bear to net bull, which honestly tells me that there was a lot of people waiting to be buying, especially these lower prices with Tezos, because it just shot right back up and started its uptrend. Now, this bull market is really just started because with crypto, these bigger picture cycles almost always break their all-time high. And Tezos' all-time high is $10. It's currently valued at $3.17. So break above that level at $10 is what we're watching for in the bull market. So this is definitely going to be a very big bull market that, even though it looks like it maybe has been trending for a while, this is nothing compared to what's coming in Tezos. So all of this is still very, very undervalued. You have to remember, just because a chart has moved up in value over a certain specific period of time, like from this low out, doesn't necessarily mean that the chart is going to be overvalued. Just because it has an uptrend doesn't mean that it's overvalued. Big picture, Tezos from the peak high to the peak low was over a 90% correction. And if we're looking at the peak high to current prices, we're actually looking at about a 71% correction. So it's still 71% down from its peak, and from current prices to the previous all-time high is still a 300% gain. And if it's likely that we break that all-time high and start price discovery mode, where the market is actually not only breaking resistance levels, but going parabolic and FOMOing, and everybody's just buying faster and faster, this is still a very, very undervalued project in the big picture of what's going on. So from a cycle perspective, to get into kind of the details of this cycle, this is really just starting. This is early stealth phase, early accumulation. The stealth phase, the institutional money, this is the first kind of real sell-off inside of its cycle. So institutions are starting to buy right now as we speak. And really what we're watching for is the ramp to start. This isn't even the ramp yet. This is all still like the takeoff, the first sell-off, all this smart money and institutional money, stealth phase and awareness phase. That's what all of this is stealth and awareness. And so we really haven't even seen the cycle that's coming yet. We haven't even seen the enthusiasm, the media attention, the greed, the delusion, the new paradigm. That hasn't even came yet. So yeah, this is still very undervalued in the big picture. I love the correction that we've seen already. We even already have a nice 1 and a 2 wave in the market. So big 3 wave is expected, 4, 5 wave. All of this is telling me that Tezos is early in its cycle, prepared for a massive breakout. The market capitalization that we see today is absolutely nothing compared to what's coming, and the opportunity is completely insane. I'm really thankful to be actually sitting here invested in this project right now, sharing these videos with you guys, making these videos, hearing about your coins that you're buying, getting in the Discord, listening about your portfolio, the projects you're invested in. Super cool to be inside of the cryptocurrency space and the high altitude family today. So thank you guys for checking out the Tezos analysis. And I'm going to go ahead and switch to the other camera to finish my outro. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in today's video. I hope that you learned something. If you are enjoying these videos, make sure that you share them with your friends, as well as subscribing to my channel and hitting that like button for me. I really appreciate all of the support that I constantly receive from you guys. Joining the Discord is another way that you can profit more inside of the markets, as well as supporting the community, the high altitude family as a whole, and really accelerating your learning process. There are free areas in the Discord, so you can click in the description below to get started with that. Or if you're ready to pull the trigger on the VIP and really take your trading to the next level, shoot me an email or a Discord message and I can help get you set up inside of that exclusive group. Thanks again for tuning in today's video on Tezos. I look forward to seeing you guys in future updates, and as always, stay profitable out there.